Hey babies, let Auntie talk to y'all for a minute about staying faithful. And when I say staying faithful, I mean faithful in your beliefs to God. I was looking at Facebook today and a memory came up. And the memory came up was a picture 12 years ago of my two boys in the airport holding their plane tickets about to board a plane. And I could feel what I felt at that moment, just like it was yesterday. I was so sad and I was so heartbroken because I didn't want to send my children back to Maryland. I had never lost the legal rights for my children to be with me, but I came to Florida to go into recovery. And since I was going into recovery, I had to leave them there with their dad. Now, me and their dad were not getting along good at all at the time. And this was right after the Christmas break. They had came down to spend Christmas with me. First Christmas I had spent with them since I had left 3 years prior. Or a little over 2 years prior. And I didn't want to fight. I wanted the decision for my children to stay with me to be amicable between their dad and I. Because the fight that I had in me at that time was unmeasurable. I mean, it was unmeasurable, the fight that I had in me at that time. And I was sober too. The anger and the fight and the frustration that was in me, it was unwavering. And I just wanted the decision for my children to be with me amicably. So after I left my children, after they got onto the plane, I went home. And I fell down on my knees and I prayed. I prayed to God harder than I had ever prayed in my life. And everything that I prayed for, I believed in what I was asking God, that he was going to make it fit and that my babies were going to come back with me. 3 weeks later, I get a call from my ex-husband telling me that the children were coming to stay with me for one school season. Now, I said, okay. Because again, we weren't getting along very good and I had to play his game and he made me jump through all kinds of hoops just to see my children. And again, there was no legal ramifications to keep me from seeing them, but we were in different states and he had them for a couple of years and I wasn't there. But I knew in my heart that them kids weren't going back, okay? I knew they weren't going back and they never went back. And the decision was amicable. So I said all of that to say this: don't ever give up. Don't ever give in. And whether you call it God or your higher power, if you get down on your knees and you pray to God and believe in what you're praying for, baby, God will make those prayers come true. He will answer your prayers. He hears your cries. No prayer goes unanswered. I ain't got no whole lot more because, you know, you lose people at the 3 minutes and we at 3 minutes and 10 seconds. I just wanted to say, don't ever give up. Don't ever give in, and always pray and ask God for what you want and believe in what you're praying for, because prayers are answered. I'm living proof that God hears all prayers. All right, babies? Deuces. I holla.